You know, the good thing about this uh, scrimmage that IUIC and ISUPK, everybody's talking about it, but the good thing about it is they know we'll fight. You see what I'm saying? They was calling us punks and everybody running up on us, Secret Service, uh, just random, random white supremacists was just running up on them, right? These guys ain't, these young guys, what do you think? What army has never fought amongst themselves? Basic training, wherever, in bars, wherever. And these guys, you had to get them right out of the street, right out of the ghetto. They hungry, right? They hungry. Down in poverty, the worst poverty you can be in. You don't expect them to fight, man. They came off the streets fighting, man. They ain't got nothing to be happy about. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Yeah, they gonna fight. And not only that, the Most High let it happen. They need to learn too that they gotta love each other better, right? They need to learn that they're not those prophets come back from old and they perfect. They need to know what they made out of too, right? Okay? So all of this is by the hand of God, man. But I guarantee you, that ain't the last fight. Peter and Paul got in a fight. Barnabas had to step in and break them up. Those were the men that walked with God, with YAH, right? That's who that was. They were fighting. Where the devil is, until we defeat this devil on the earth, man, we gonna always fight, man. We under a lot of pressure, under a lot of tension. So don't think of yourself more highly than you ought to, because it could happen. It could happen tomorrow to another group. You got to get serious about loving each other and not doing no harm, like I said. The video on my channel, do no harm, the Hippocratic oath that we should take, just like the doctors and the scientists and the mental health workers and the rehab workers. They take an oath not to do harm to the patients. We know that's not talking about us, but they take an oath. If you can't do good, don't do anything at all. So we got to take an oath to each other that we won't harm each other. If we can't love and cherish each other, man, like we teaching in Deuteronomy those curses and teaching that love that we supposed to be portraying to each other, then we need to work on ourselves a little higher, a little harder. So, okay, we see these men if they are some of the prophets, some of them may be some of the prophets from old, but some of them is just beat up, broken down Israelites who trying to pull themselves up by the word of God. And by the commandments, keeping the commandments, joining the right gang. We join the right gang, right? Remember, we are those dry bones. Spiritually, mentally, and everything. We are depleted, man. They degenerated us. They grind us up in a grinder. And God is putting us back together. So don't be hard on these young men out here. Don't be hard on yourself. Get right up like it never happened. It's nothing we can do is worse than what these nations have did to us, man, over 2,000 or 3,000 years, man. Nothing this world can judge us on. They can't judge us until they judge themselves. Nothing they can say we're doing or they put us in this position, right? So how in the hell they gonna look at us and say, look at the Israelites fighting Israelites? Catholics have fought, Baptist preachers have fought, white on white violence is always led, number one, they lead the way. They train in how to fight each other. They got made bombs and everything, how to conquer and kill people, kill each other. So don't put yourself down, man. Forget that old slave mentality talking about don't want to Esau to see us fight. The hell with Esau. The hell with everybody that don't understand what's going on, because it's going to happen. The Most High is going to raise us up, man. He's going to raise us up, and we ain't going to have to worry about a damn thing this world got to say, right? Because we're going to be the soldiers, the warriors, the priests, the kings, the watchmen. We're going to be everything he designed us to be in a very few minutes. Watch and see. But we have to know, Peter said, think it not strange when you are tried with fire, when fiery trials come upon you. For they are to try you. The Most High did it. So Job said, when I am tried with fire, when I am tried, I shall come forth as pure gold. You know the process of purifying gold. You got to heat it up, man. So these men are gold. And so they got to be purified. All the impurities got to come out of them so they can come forth shining. And that's what's happening. So, no, I don't give a damn what the world thinks. Because if they don't get right and keep these laws and commandments and God and come back to their nationality and come together, they're going to be burnt with fire they damn self. When them nukes hit and we get the word to come up hither, we're going to watch them fall with fire. Okay? So I don't want that to happen. I want everybody to get together now and realize how vulnerable we really are, and nobody should think of themselves higher than what they are. Ain't none of these men above reproach, man. Out here teaching on the streets, they stumbling through their teaching, man. Some of them can barely read, but they learning. Some of them don't know nothing about, have no counseling skills. They don't have no people skills, man. But they out here, they know the enemy, and they out here reading that word to y'all, man. That's the only thing matter. They reading the Bible with y'all. Some of them think you're just supposed to read precept on precept. That's a commentary. But you also got to read the book from the beginning to the end too. You know, you got to learn the stories of the Bible. You got to learn the commentary of the Bible, which is precept upon precept. That's study subject matters. Precept on precept is just studying subject matters. You're gathering up all the scriptures according to the subject matter that you're studying. It's nothing but a commentary. They do it all the time, man. Bible commentaries is precept on precept. So it's a lot of stuff we got to learn and be patient with each other. And we'll put it back together, man. We'll put it back together, okay? There's a lot of wisdom out here. Okay? Don't be a legend in your mind. Don't think you outstanding in your field and be the only one out there in your field, right? Standing by yourself. So we get it together, man. And you know, y'all can keep teaching on the downfall, but Bible said, restore such a one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest he also will fall into divers temptation. And that's what's happening now. But it ain't just happening to them. It'll happen to every one of us that exalt ourselves above measure. Okay? So this is a good thing. This is a good thing. This is a good thing, man. For them to realize, hey, I got to work on myself a little harder. Because if you get too exalted, you'll stop working on yourself. WFI is teaching a good video on this situation, and they bring out some good scriptures. And they're lifting up and pointing out the fact that we got to keep working on ourselves. Whether you are a prophet from old, or you just one of the niggas that's here for the first time, you got to keep working on yourself. Okay? But don't exalt yourself higher than what you ought to. Okay? Let God exalt you, and the people will raise you up once he do that. All right. God bless you, y'all. Shalom.